Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield and friends.
Friends are there.
To help you get started.
Hello everyone, Deviant Crow here, and today I'm interviewing Quinton Reviews. How you doing, Quinton?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It's a good day. Yeah.
Good to hear. It's so great to get you on this show because you're like one of my favorite YouTubers.
Oh wow. You not lot you don't like watch a lot of them then?
No, I watch a lot. You're really good, dude.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Okay, now let's get into the questions.
That's what you're into.
What is Garfield's view on politics?
What is Garfield's view on politics? I mean, what a question to start off with. There is actually a comic where Garfield writes a little mini manifesto. I'd have to find it.
Is Garfield a communist?
I'll have to find it, but I remember Garfield, he finds a bit of pen and paper and he writes out this big long political manifesto, and then John comes up and reads it, and it's just a paw print. I think the world would be a nicer place in which to live if countries would settle their differences without hurting anybody. If everybody smiled at even people they didn't know. If nobody had to steal. If people laughed more. If people fed their cats all the lasagna they could eat. If we all took more pride in our homes and our neighborhoods. If we respected our senior citizens more. If there were no violence in movies and television. If everyone could read and write. If families talked more. If friends hugged more. If everyone stopped at least once a week to stroke a cat. After all, we're all in this together. And then John walks up, and it's just a paw print. So that's what I believe. That's Garfield's politics. But of course, obviously, Jim Davis famously doesn't want Garfield to have politics because he doesn't think politics age well. I mean, I'm sure you and me read Garfield, and we like to view his perspective a certain way. But on the same note, the Vice President of the United States is a Garfield fan. So, and at the time we were recording this, we're moments away from fascism destroying the world. So, it says a lot about how many different people can like an orange cat.
I don't know. I've always gotten a Ben Shapiro vibe. Like that cat has a smug look. That fucking cat thinks he's fucking better than me. How dare he? Huh?
I see. That's an interesting take. I haven't heard that one before. I've seen memes about Ben Shapiro being into Garfield, but I haven't seen Garfield being Ben Shapiro. That's unique.
Imagine he had a fucking little black wig on and he was wearing a fucking fancy suit. He's just looking at the camera smugly like,
Well, yeah, I guess that is like... I will agree that the neoconservative aesthetic, I suppose, is, as I've pointed out, is similar to like the Garfield smug pose. So I can see where you get that idea. But I like to believe that Garfield has my politics, but I'm sure every Garfield fan likes to feel that way.
If you found out that Doug Walker, also known as the Nostalgia Critic, was an underground cult leader for the past 8-10 years, would you at all be surprised?
Yes. That would be a very surprising thing to figure out.
I don't know. He already looks like he kind of owns like a cult. He looks like he would run it somewhat well. I don't know.
If you're asking me if Doug Walker was like a Satanist, would I be surprised? The answer is yes. That would be a very surprising thing.
I don't think he'd be a Satanist, though.
Okay, well, you just some murder cult? Yes, I'd be surprised by that. Any internet personality, if you found out they were part of a murder cult, you would be surprised. Except for, like, I don't know, Onision, that would just make sense. I don't think Doug Walker could lead a cult. Cult leaders, you gotta give them credit. I'm sure I won't regret saying this. You gotta give cult leaders credit. They're very good at what they do.
You claim to be a major Garf fan, but yet you don't like Garfield: A Tale of Two Kitties. How does it feel to basically be Satan?
Yeah, I don't Yeah, it's if it hurts your feelings, I'll decide it's a good movie. There we go. I don't know how to respond to that one. Yeah, it's great being Satan. I love it.
Dude, I wish I was Satan. He's got all the warmth for all year. I bet fire doesn't even hurt him. Despite your channel being called Quinton Reviews, you don't seem to do a lot of reviews of different types of Quintons. What's the big ideal with that?
Ah, Quentin Tarantino is a dick, so he stopped talking to me. So it's him and Quentin Jackson. Not a lot of other good Quintons in the world. So once those two guys were off the table, it was like, I gotta expand my work into other fields. I mean, you got to improvise with these things, and I think the brand will survive that shift if it has to.
We can only hope. According to the Pizza Party podcast wiki, you died in a meth lab explosion. Did it hurt?
Uh, that was a hoax. Yeah, I faked my death, uh, so that they would stop asking me to be on that particular podcast. But I am addicted to methamphetamines. That is true. Uh, but that was actually my twin brother who died in the explosion.
A little bit of meth doesn't hurt anyone, dude.
Not at
A
all.
little bit of meth goes a long way.
Hashtag legalize it.
People be like, legalize weed. But yeah, that makes you slow and lazy, though. Legalize meth. That makes you go fast, makes you get your works done. I'm on meth right fucking now.
Weed is dangerous. It's a gateway drug to like eating too much shit, and then you
Yeah.
get fat. A lot of people die from being fat, so I think that's why.
Just like garlic
So
bread.
legalize meth. Meth.
Yeah.
Meth will help you lose weight.
Yes.
Okay, next question. Let's keep going. Let's keep this ball rolling.
I killed a man in 2007. Can you keep that a secret? Hey, Quinton, don't tell
These
anyone.
questions, man. You killed a man in 2007. Can I keep it a secret? Oh, this is the best podcast I've ever been on. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you gotta keep it a secret though. No, tell anyone else. No snitches. Snitches get bitches. I think. I'm pretty sure it's bitches.
Oh yeah, that's it, man. That's it. You killed a man in 2007 or whatever, and now I can't tell anyone. Okay, I won't tell anyone.
Let's keep it a
I
secret.
promise I
Gotta
will.
Keep it a secret.
I promise I will never tell anyone about this. The fact that I came on this show. Don't worry.
A while ago, you got into a good bit of trouble for having political opinions. How dare you have a
Uh-oh.
life outside of your videos? How will you ever pay for your sins? I would suggest a good old blood sacrifice.
Been there, done that, my man. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That shit's just you gotta move on.
I would
'Cause what I realized was there's like a huge chunk of people that like just are gonna hate me forever, and it's just like fuck them, you know?
Oh yeah, fuck 'em.
Because it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, man? There's no shit I could do other than like, probably like just bowing down and voting for Trump that can make these people fucking like me.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like fuck them.
I'll continue.
No, I'm done. It's just like, there's this huge sect of people who are just gonna fucking hate me till the end of time. So I might as well just build kind of move the highway to move around them instead of being fucking stressed about them all the time.
On a less serious, semi-serious note, I actually, despite my small following, I get a lot of fucking backlash for my more political videos.
Yeah, people are babies. Just
Yeah,
fucking ignore them.
Yeah.
Especially YouTube comments, because it's like that level of anonymity where people are just morons and you find out they're all like 8 years old. So just ignore them. They're fucking idiots.
Yeah, I'm all soft and do. Unless I could get, unless it's, I could do something a little funny. What if that Garfield plushie was actually made out of sand this whole time? Think about it.
Killing me, man. I don't got a response to that one. I don't think it is.
You never know.
I think it would
Quinton.
it'd be heavier, I imagine. Well, that would blow my mind. I'd go, what? Oh,
Sand is like stealth
it's
dirt.
meta on so many levels.
Sand is basically like the stealth.
You came back to this?
It's basically like stealth dirt when you think about it. It gets
Okay.
us in your shoes, gets in everywhere. What's to say that most objects in our home aren't actually sand? Think about it. What's stopping it?
I I don't have a. I'm trying to. What do you want me to? What do you want me to say?
So, Halloween is canceled this year, but Donald Trump has made this announcement. Dude, we can't cancel Halloween. With this corona going around this year, I guarantee you will end up with some spooky skeletons to put in your yard. How do you feel about this?
You certainly said words there, my friend, and I'll commend you for that. And there were several sentences, I think at least one or two in that question. I think you're doing a phenomenal job. Let's move on to the next one.
If there was a documentary about your life, what would it be called? I'm thinking something like Quinton Reviewed.
I think anyone who makes a documentary about me has too much free time, you know? I don't know. It'd probably be called like uh remember this guy? No? Well, I'm going to talk about him anyways.
Well, with documentaries, they obviously fake a lot of stuff to make it more interesting.
Yeah, which you'd have to do a lot of in my case. People do. People do.
I think we can easily slide in something about you helping the hunt for Osama bin Laden, and that would just fit in naturally.
I thought we were making stuff up.
Wait, what?
I thought we were saying things that aren't true. You just mentioned a thing I really did.
Well, you've heard it here first. Well,
I
folks, you
killed
heard it here,
Osama bin
folks.
Laden. It was me.
How do you do it?
Hugged him real hard, and it was an honest thing. I was trying to live and let die. I accidentally let him die because I broke some of his ribs, and yeah, it was a nasty sight. But I mean, that's a warning. If you ever see me, be wary of my bear hugs. 'Cause I'll snap a bitch's neck.
Don't worry,
And
we all make that mistake all the time.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all killed Osama bin Laden. Let's be real. Come on.
Who hasn't killed Osama bin Laden? Come on.
That's exactly my point. Exactly my point.
According to the Pizza Party podcast, you are the proud writer of the Harry Potter series. Obviously, if anyone knew how people take shits in the wizardry world of Harry Potter, it would be you, the creator. How they do it?
Well, I think I got an answer for this one. To put it as a question, what is shitting your pants and then magicking away the shit to somewhere else in the world? Don't use me writing the books as an excuse to support some horrible bitch.
Oh no, I'm not even that much of a Harry Potter fan. I stopped liking it after the third movie.
Yeah, same here.
Like once it started getting dark and serious, I was like, nah, you're missing
I was
the
really
point.
try hard. Yeah, Twilight is better.
Yeah, Twilight is better. It's got more something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trans rights.
Yeah, trans rights. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Hello everyone! Before we continue the video, have you considered donating to my Patreon? Did I tell you they have exclusive rewards that you can't get anywhere else from me? Including early videos that I put out early, and also stuff like custom videos or calls. The cheapest tier is $3 and the most expensive tier is only $25. And if you want to support me and support my YouTube, this is the best way to do it. Okay, it's time to get a little bit political here. Microsoft and Sony, what corporate video game company are you selling your soul to this November?
I've just been playing that Raid Shadow Legends. That's all that's my answer.
Why hasn't that game been put on consoles yet? Think about it.
Think about it. Think about Raid Shadow Legends for the PS6. It's a moneymaker, man.
Then
Been
you
playing every day for, I think, 270 days. Oh, no, wait. No, it's more like 240, I think. It's been a while. Every day, Raid Shadow Legends. Catch me in that app.
I'm playing it right now.
Good.
I'm invading
That
your village
explains
currently.
that explains your interviewing style.
Very much does.
Distracted by Raid Shadow Legends.
That and the meth.
Yeah.
Now, one of your videos, you had Scott Wozniak as a guest star. When you met him,
Yeah.
did he say, "Hey y'all, Scott here"? Because if he didn't, I think he might be a clone, dude.
Well, I did actually write into the script for him to say that, so he did say that. Yeah, Scott's great. I love him.
Cool.
When I first met him, he followed me on Twitter. I guess because sometimes when you're a person, you see that someone follows you, you just kind of check them out, and you're like, oh, this guy seems cool, and you follow him back. And so when he followed me, I messaged him, and I was like, hey, dude, big fan of your videos. I'm surprised you followed me. And it was like a year after like I was canceled, and a bunch of drama videos were made about me. So I was like honestly surprised that a new popular guy was following me. And he was like, yeah, man, just watched all your Fairly Odd Parents videos. And I was like, this is great. I got to make sure he never sees another one of my videos. And then, but apparently after the History Channel thing, he said, I asked him to do that, I think right after I started doing History Channel. And he said, I believe his quote was, you're one of my favorite YouTubers and one of the favorite YouTubers of some of my friends. I think Scott has seen probably a few of my videos, and then his friends might are like fans of me. But that's just my presumption about what's happening on. But Scott's a great guy, and I might be on his channel at some point for like a really short cameo, but we'll have to see.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm excited if it works out. Yeah, Scott's great, and the meme you made to ask this question was pretty good too.
Now, as a movie reviewer, you must have to go to theaters a lot. And with this year being as it has been, will you sacrifice your health this fall to review The Croods 2, even crudier, coming to theaters this Thanksgiving?
Is that really what it's called? The Croods?
It's what it should be fucking called.
I will admit I have gone to the theater once since all this started. Because there's this theater, maybe like 45 minutes from my apartment that we used to always go to because it's not good, so no one goes. So we would always go and see like the new Star Wars movies there, like 3 months after they came out. And there would always be like 5 people there, and sometimes we'd go in and it would literally just be us. So our math was like, it can't be more popular now, right? So we went and we literally were the only people that went to see the movie we went to. I think there were like 10 people in Tenet, and then we were the only people we were the only people in our general area. So I probably wouldn't do it again, but it was Bill and Ted 3. It was worth it. And the whole movie, it was like this dent in the wall. You could only notice in scenes that were kind of white. So sometimes Keanu Reeves had this like giant dent on his forehead. Other than that, I'd say it was a good experience.
With this pandemic, it closed down one of my theaters, and at first I was pretty sad, but then I thought, wait a second, it's closed down, it's abandoned, I have somewhere to hide the bodies now! Like, perfect timing was great.
This is a man after my heart. That's the exact same kind of stupid joke I would make.
You know, I'm getting pretty antsy over how people often say Doctor Who and not Doctor How Are You. Do you feel me, Quinton?
Well, I hate to break this to you, but Doctor Who is his canon name. That's actually true. His name is Doctor Who. And if you want to fight me on that, buy the TV Action comics. He lives in a house. He gets mail. The mail says to Doctor Who, and those comics have been referenced by many pieces of media. So, I mean, John Pertwee TV action is canon, and in those comics, he's going by the alias Doctor Who. So, I mean, fuck you all. Doctor Who is his name.
I always thought his name was Timothy.
That's not. You
He-
can't just say random shit. What is the core of that? What's the basis of the joke there?
I don't know.
Where?
He's always kind of tall. I've only watched one
What the
season.
fuck?
I've
What does
only
this mean?
I've only watched one season. He's like he doesn't die, does he? Because in the newer shows, there's like this different guy who's like, who the fuck is he? Like who's this? Who's this woman now? I'm like, what's going on? Where's the bald guy? Timothy? I'm confused.
The SJWs they changed William Hartnell out. The SJWs made William Hartnell leave, and now we got this hobo Doctor Who, this little short guy. Like what the hell is this? They've ruined my show. Anyways, ask your next question. I'm sure this one will be funny.
Now this is somewhat more serious. But have you ever heard of the r/I'm sorry John and the horror themed Garfield art?
Yeah, I'm working on a video about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it. I think it's really creative and fun, and people have so much fun with it. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of too deep into Garfield at this point. But like, I've been doing so much content about. I've been into it for so long, just researching and stuff. I'm kind of over like shit posters. So I just don't like it when like people think that's the only Garfield thing that is interesting enough to talk about. Or like any time, like 5 out of 10 conversations you start with someone about Garfield, they're like, "Whoa, have you seen like the horror now?" Okay, yeah, no, everyone has this conversation with me.
Yeah, like
But
I barely see anyone talking about the fact that Garfield was recently bought by Viacom and stuff. I think that would be talked about more.
it might be talked about more when there's like a Nickelodeon TV show or whatever. But yeah, I like horror Garfield. I am going to talk about it. I'm probably going to focus more on just analyzing the comic and horror. I like when Garfield does Halloween stuff. I like that more than Garfield. But Garfield is still fun.
I, I,
Um,
I like that name Gorefield.
I think when there's genuine passion behind it, like it's actually a Garfield fan, it's really great. I've actually been involved in 1 or 2 pieces where people have asked me to like help out and do collabs and stuff. Um, if you're doing it because you think Garfield sucks, then I don't really want to talk to you. I think that's boring. But no, I think it's great. I just I wish it wouldn't eclipse Garfield itself and all that.
I've had a Beanie Baby collection for years now, and the spider
Huh?
eggs inside them have yet to hatch. What am I doing wrong?
I mean, I'm trying to think of a joke answer that someone won't try. I can't say put it in the microwave because someone will try that and they'll die.
I've already tried that. I just ended up having half of the kitchen on fire. It's on fire right now,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, well, that's probably the meth that you were cooking. Bringing it back around. Revisiting the
I
same
wish I could
jokes.
cook it, dude. If I could cook it, I'd have it all the time.
Jokes are worth revisiting, but we're doing it anyways. Yeah, the Beanie Bags, uh, it's going to be another 20 years before those hatch. Just keep them around. Keep them on the shelf. If there's any odd noises coming from me, I have a transformer. Some people say it's Legos. It's not Legos. It's Transformers. Fuck you.
It's a real
It's not
You got a
Legos.
real Transformers? Where can I get one?
It's actually a bootleg Transformer of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh yeah, I've actually seen those. Those look funny as hell.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I've had it since high school. But I realized today the hands are backwards and it's pissing me off. Or I didn't realize today, but I realized this month. So I've been looking for my tiny screwdriver set so I can fix it. Apparently that's how they're all made.
Damn. One of these days, I want to go back to like a fucking near Disney World in Florida and just go buy some more bootlegs, because there was a lot of bootleg stuff there and like the pawn shops and stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was in New York. I wish I'd bought some more stuff. They had these like they had the Kenner Star Wars toys, but they were huge, like really big. I figured that was something you could easily find, but I've never been able to find that again. Um, yeah, bootlegs are great, man. I love that. I love that stuff.
I remember I was in Florida once and I was in this like flea market, and I saw this person showing off this Elsa toy. So he turns it on and it starts playing Despacito. No shit, it starts playing Despacito.
Huh. The meme. That's hilarious, though. I mean, you'd want to own that. That sounds like a viral hit. Just like video of the Elsa doll singing Despacito.
And the weird thing they have there is usually like the shirts, because you get some of the weirdest shit, like fucking copyrighted characters smoking weed most of the goddamn time.
Yeah. Shit, that's my thing, right? I'm supposed to know knockoffs, but I can't think of any.
Well, I guess knockoffs are technically different from bootlegs, because bootlegs are illegal at the end of the day. Knockoffs are like stretching or almost illegal.
That's true. That's true. Um, you got any more questions, or you just want to like hang out for a bit?
Well, this is usually the point of the video where I run out of questions and we just do something random, like we talk for a
Okay.
bit.
Yeah. For a creative idea.
So
I
anyway,
gotta ask. I'm curious. I guess I'll initiate this. You're a pretty big fan. I'm curious. What's the first video of mine you've seen?
oh, that's a difficult one. I think it was one of the Fairy Odd Parents ones.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. I think that's common. There was a while where it felt like I just wasn't getting new viewers, and then recently I've had a lot of people say found me from like the documentary video. Now, I go back to my 2019 content and I realize exactly why like none of it blew up. It's because like I gotten really depressed that year and I was having major audio difficulties, so I just didn't try with production value at all. Um, and then I eventually figured out the problem was that my mic adapter was broken, so it was adding this horrible hissing sound. Wish I could go back and just remake all the 2019 videos because there are some good ones. But like you turn it on, you just get blasted with this like awful sound quality, and it's immediately like my sweaty face. Should never start a video on my face because first 20 seconds are the most important part of the video, and I started on my face. Uh, it's good to have new people coming around, and I feel like I've done so much different stuff. You would get different answers for different people. Uh, Now, in terms of watching my stuff, I mean, how far back into the catalog do you typically go?
I
Are
usually
you
go as far as back as around the Fairy Odd Parents stuff, because before that
okay?
is usually like really obscure stuff and the quality's
Yeah,
not the best.
I agree. I agree. That's fair. Uh, yeah. I mean, I've obviously recently started to make stuff with the knowledge that people are not going to go back and watch my old stuff usually. But I do like to think that like some characters are good enough that I can just keep bringing them back. I like bringing back I like bringing back two characters, I think. I like bringing back Johnmus and I like bringing back Evil Quinton. Those are my two favorite recurring characters. I mean, but have you ever like uh have you seen like the Scary Godmother video?
Oh yes, I've seen that one, and that's a really good one.
I was curious about that one because that's like one of the best ones, and I was thinking about it this year. I was like, I need to plug my Halloween playlist because all that shit is good. It's just like it's totally different from my modern stuff, so I could see why people just haven't checked it out. Um, but yeah, I mean, you're pretty active, you're a pretty active fan, aren't you? Uh,
I guess I
I
would
see
say
you
that.
around. Yeah. So, I mean, you're in the Patreon now, of course. And I really appreciate all you guys hanging about, getting some notifications, so I'm distracted. What's your favorite video?
Oh,
Sorry, I'm talking so much. I'm really curious about this because I don't often get to talk to fans one on one.
well, with me, I can't really pick favorites. I usually have like a couple of favorites. My three favorite videos of yours is the first favorite video of yours. One of your classic videos is the one about the Rugrats spinoff.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I love that one. I was thinking about that the other day. Yeah,
The,
adulthood trauma.
the funniest part in that whole video is like, hey guys, let's go film a dead body.
Yeah. Because that's what they do in the special. They like go and films. They find some like dead people who have been buried underground for like hundreds of years, and then they don't tell anyone. And then Tommy goes, "Oh, my movie is great now. We got real life skeletons." And it's like, Tommy, what the fuck?
And,
Those were real people.
and of
Tell
course,
someone.
and of course, that just aged. I guess maybe like wine or milk, because you know what
Like
happened.
6 months later, Logan Paul was like, "What the fuck?" But Logan Paul did the same shit. The movie is great now. I filmed dead bodies. It's probably one of my best bits as well. Yeah. I regret some of that. The only joke I regret in that video is I call your movie sucks a horse fucker, which which was meant to be a joke, but I guess some people took that literally. I wouldn't do a joke like that again. But other than that, I think that's a pretty damn good video.
Yeah, he doesn't really come off as a brony to me.
Oh, the joke is that he's a furry.
Oh. Let's see.
Uh,
I'm trying to think of another video I really liked of yours. I have three Pacific. Yeah, so Thin Eating 2 review. That's the one I wanted to talk about. I love that
oh
one.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's as fun as the first one, but I like that one. The only good part about the second review I thought was I like all the jokes about Wade Freeman. That's what it is. Wade Freeman, all-star quarterback.
Yeah.
That shit kills me. I mean, what the fuck were they? What the fuck were they on when they wrote that? Like, did the people making that movie know that that would be the best part of the movie? I was thinking the other day actually about how I still would want them to make a third one if it's only about him. I would love to. And I never got in contact with the actor, but I know we briefly chatted, sort of, in a YouTube comment section. He had seen the video and he loved it. And we were gonna meet up, but I just couldn't. He's not on social media, so I couldn't get in contact with him. But that's still the funniest shit in the world. I rewatched that clip the other day. Like, what the fuck were they on? Um, yeah, I like the first one. I'm surprised you went with the second one. Uh, I don't really think too fondly of that one. I thought it was just because I kind of had to do it because I was obligated contractually to make another review of those movies.
You know, surprisingly enough, you know the controversial part. I actually like that part a lot because it's nice to see other popular YouTube. It's nice to see popular YouTubers be confident about their political opinions.
Yeah, well, the point of that section was that I didn't want like people to think because I was making fun of this anti-Trump movie specifically for its cringy messaging that I'm like a fucking like Trump supporter. So it was meant to just be like it's meant to just be like, I hate Trump. I think he's a fucking horrible person. But that doesn't mean that I have to like the messaging of the movie or I have to like this movie or or whatever because it's still a badly portrayed message and it's still a badly made movie. Uh it's weird how people are so obsessed with that like it was the cultural moment of the decade. People are all these like contrarians try and come out and justify the drama by being like, well, it's about your tone, man. I mean, you're in the right, but it's about your tone. And you could have cut that down to half as long. It's like, well, why do you care at the end of the day? Like, why is this the sort of a nexus point where you have to discuss it? all these years later. Like, it's the most important thing that's happened. I mean, there are YouTubers out there who legitimately think me saying that is more interesting than some of the things which have actually happened in the world in the past 4 years. I think that's just dumb. I think people who think that way are stupid people.
I know.
But moreover, I just can't understand it. It was 20 seconds of video about a movie about Trump. And if it hurt you that much, then just watch a different video. I mean, it seemed like I wasn't even personally attacking anyone in my audience who disagreed. I was just stating my opinions. And I found it especially hypocritical when creators who had made sort of pro-Trump content or even ironic pro-Trump content accused me of being political. Because it's so fraudulently clear. All that's really happened is they're upset that I don't agree with their politics.
Yeah.
They don't actually have a disagreement with being political itself. It's just it needs to be in their general area of interests for it to be okay. And I often say I think if I had done like, like an anti-feminist rant, something along those lines, which certainly I would have been more likely to do, in like 2015. If I had done something like that instead, none of these people would have cared. No one would have given a shit. It's exclusively that I said these political opinions, which are not controversial, as we'll hopefully see in this election, but political opinions which, certain sect of online people don't want to hear or don't want to be discussed, because it's just outside of their wavelength. I think that's rather sad in a way.
Those people will always make excuses to try to look neutral as possible, like the whole tone thing. The whole tone thing, that's an excuse. That's obviously an excuse. I've had that lodged against me for a while. Like, yeah, who cares about tone? Am I right or am I wrong?
I mean, it seems like such a... overwhelmingly, I feel like it's become this thing where this big drama happened, and years later, people are finding it more and more hard to justify why they had it happen. So they're trying to just think of excuses for why it took place. Like Tone is, technically he was in the right, but I mean, how he went about being in the right is the problem. How the way he formed his sentences, the glances he gave at the camera, that's the problem. Well, obviously, if that had been what they said all these years ago, no one would have listened. They would have said, well, that's a boring thing to complain about. It's entirely about sort of trying to find a way to still make it seem like I'm the bad guy in all of these stories when I don't think I am.
Yeah,
And
you're obviously not a bad guy. You're a cool guy.
oh, well, thank you. Yeah. Uh yeah, well, so would you say the Thinning 2 is your favorite video just because of that moment? That's beyond a rare
Well,
opinion,
yeah,
if that's the case.
I want to say that it's one of my favorite videos because of that moment. It was both a good video, and that moment did help it speak out to me. It's very good.
Yeah.
And as for the third video, I really like. I guess if I had to pick one that is my most favorite, I would probably pick that one. It's a recent one of the History Channel videos where pointing out those people trying to find fucking Nazis and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Bad Nazi documentaries. That's what I called that one. Yeah. I'm really proud of that one too. The whole trilogy is damn good.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could make more stuff like that, but it's not as spontaneous. I have like a list of videos like that. I probably should just focus on only putting that out, as people like it enough that I gained like 1 billion subscribers from it. But the big idea I had for a follow-up, I want to take a big break to work on it. So that I think after December, I'm probably going to take a few months off. And the first thing with that I post when I come back, it's either going to be sort of a follow-up to History Channel about you know, something I promised, or it's going to be the iCarly video. It kind of depends on what happens. Um, it's whatever, you know, whatever way the river flows. I kind of want to make iCarly the 400K special. So, but it probably would be a really damn good thing to come back to after a break. You know? But I definitely need to take like 2 months off. And to be honest, I might take more time off when the vaccine comes. Uh, 'Cause I just really want to go to like Florida or whatever. I really want to take a big vacation. I've just been stuck in my apartment,
I
you know, this
actually I
work,
actually
and
live in Florida, by
I
the
think I
way.
deserve a break.
So
You
I'm trying to think.
there?
I was gonna say, oh, hello.
Oh, well, I can't hear you. Hold on, let me reconnect.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hold on. Wait. Okay, I'm back.
I actually live in Florida, by the way.
Oh, that's neat. Is it
I'm
as bad as people say?
To be fair, I am in a better part of Florida, but it's shitty.
Yeah.
Like there's constantly like fucking Confederate flags, rednecks and shit. It's like ugh.
I've been there. Don't worry. That happens other places.
Let's see. I was trying to. I was also going to say something like personally, I feel like you can make any topic interesting, in my opinion.
Really?
Like
Huh.
I don't really care about The Office, but I watched your Office video and I liked it a lot. Mm.
Interesting. I'm always happy people come back to that one because I didn't spend a lot of time on it. I kind of like I made it and I was happy with the script and then I sent it off to get edited. Or maybe I edited it myself. I can't remember. I think I did edit it myself. I'd have to look at it. But it definitely felt like this like really quick thing because I try and make December the month where I put out just like videos that I'm not videos that I like, but I'm not if they don't blow up, it doesn't like ruin my life. So I have a couple planned this year for December. I'm surprised when people bring up The Office because I was like, feel like feel like I should have spent more time on that one. It was such a basic take. And when I first posted it, so many people were like, "Oh, an Office video," you know. Uh, but thank you. That's very nice. Yeah, I like to think I can pull off a range of topics, but often I do scrap videos for not being interesting enough, so it's certainly not the case in my eyes, but that's very nice.
If I had to say anything about your recent videos, I think your recent videos have actually been your best content so far.
No, that's really nice of you. I feel like for the first 3 or 4 months of the year in 2020, I was putting out videos where I was like, this is the best video I've made. No, this is in the top 10. And I think once History Channel ended, my content kind of fell off. Not that it's not that it's bad now. It's that it's a rung. It's like the right now it's a shelf under the History Channel stuff. So I'm working on stuff and I'm like, this is good, and it's probably better than even stuff from a year ago. But it's not as good as History Channel. So I need to like figure out how to get back up there. But it's good enough to put out, and often that's the most I can do.
That's the most anyone could do. You can't expect every video to be like a magnum opus, but you know it's just you make something good and entertaining that people want to see and want to enjoy.
I think the problem is I peaked so hard with that Garfield video, the Garfield vacation video, that it's like whatever. You know, it's like what do you even do after that when you've peaked that hard? um Hopefully we'll find out something. We'll find out how to get close to that good again.
I've had a lot of times in my YouTube career ish where I've had peaks, and then we'll like go down real fast. But recently, my peaks have actually sustained views and subscribers, so that's good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I hope I can get there again. I was earlier in the year.
Surpri-
Uh Just want to get to 400K so bad.
I think you'll
I
get
think a
there
lot.
in this
Oh,
year.
you're still there. I would like to get there by the end of December, but I've done the math. I don't think it's going to happen.
You never
Because
know.
what? I think maybe in the next week I'll hit 378, and like I want to get to 400. So hold on. 400 minus 378. Presuming we're going off, there's 3 months left in the year. Not counting September, we have 3 months left. 3 months left. I would need to get 7,000 subscribers a month for the rest of the year. I don't think I can do that because I've been pulling like 500, and I don't think I can randomly get to 7,000 for the rest of the year. I think it'll happen by like June, so I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to think. I was about to say something, and I can't remember it for the love of me.
The last thing you said
Um,
was you'll think I'll get to 400,000 by the end of the year.
yeah, I think I might get to 1,000 by this year. I'm not sure though.
Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah. I wish that happened to me more gradually. I did like an iDubbbz video, and then I went from like 200 to 5,000 overnight. Uh, but I did then again. I think I gained like 10,000 subscribers from that video. But I mean, the good news is I I lost all that, so I get to celebrate in some sense. I think everyone that joined that first week is gone now.
Cool, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's retroactively like I got there slowly. Um, yeah, I celebrate that, man, because that's gonna be quaint one day. You're bigger, older. You're gonna be like, ah, man, 1,000. I celebrated that. Yet when you
I
see other,
celebrate any any like every 100. Of course, if I ever get much bigger, I'll have to stop celebrating each 100 because that's gonna be hard to do.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, once you hit 500,000, you're not supposed to do celebrations anymore. But luckily for us, that's not gonna happen. I think for another few years.
Yeah.
Um, I think I don't expect us to get to. The only way that could happen is if I had an equally good year next year. And let's be honest with ourselves, that's not going to happen. Uh, because I just don't think we're gonna have something like the documentary video again for a while. We just need to get to 400,000, and then just be happy we got there. Maybe we'll just stay there for foreseeable future.
That wouldn't be too bad though. Having a nice, somewhat nice but somewhat big audience. That's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
I've always dreamed of. I never really dreamed of a majorly big audience. I did when I was a kid, but now I'm like, I just want like a like a, like a chunky audience, I guess.
It's just this. It's this thing about. I know it's silly, but it's this thing about like stature,
Oh yeah.
where every. Well, here exactly what it is. Here's the thing. Yeah, that's my catchphrase. Here is the thing. Every YouTuber sees like 1 million subscribers as like you're done, like you've accomplished your goal. And it's also just like a comfortable number where unless you really fuck it up, you will probably have enough of an audience to like, you know, you know, make a good living. And it's also like a stature thing. Like, when you go to someone's channel and you see they have 1 million subs, you think, oh, well, they're big. And but I think the main thing is I do want to get to that point as a creator where like the moment I hit 1 million subs, I think I'm just gonna think that I'm done, I don't gotta worry. I don't gotta stress anymore about like how to hit the next milestone. I think I'll just think I'm done. And so I do want to get there eventually, but I think it'll take me 10 years. And it'll be fun along the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I think that might be all the time we have for. I assume you've got to do more work on videos and stuff.
No, I'll probably just make like a pizza or something. I mean, this was fun. I mean, I'll probably do this again sometime if you want.
Oh sure, that would be
Uh,
great.
yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. And I mean, tell me when you hit that 1,000 milestone. Maybe I'll come back on for that.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Like get you on a cameo in one of my future videos.
No problem. All right. Have fun moderating the comments on this one.
Wait, what the hell is that sound?
Is it coming from me?
Holy shit, they're all hatching! They're all hatching! There's thousands! They're coming after me! I raised you all! Quinton, help! Help! Ah! Hello everyone! If you liked my video, please like and subscribe. Also, comment down below if you have any opinions on it, whether they be positive or negative. I really want to hear what you think. Please check out my social medias down below, and also check out my Discord, where you can talk to me and other people that like my content. If you want to know who did the art for my OCs in my videos and in the title card, please check that down below. And also, don't forget to love yourself.